So today I'm gonna check out a video by Xiaoma, New York City. This was from 7 months ago, but for some reasons I didn't see it. White waiter shocks customers with fluent Mandarin. 18 million views. I want to jump right into it. Let's see how this goes. The waiter starts speaking fluent Mandarin. Is hilarious. Let's do it.
Roe filled fish，就是那个福州鱼丸对吗？OK roe filled。对。
妈，你要吃红茶还是什么茶？
红茶还是绿茶？
I got hired as an actual.
It's crazy how they look at the lady. Look at the
红茶还是什么茶？
红茶还是绿茶？
So at the end of the day, he's saying Hong Cha, which is red tea, and Lu Sha, which is green tea. And yet, could you imagine someone making this face because you said, do you want red tea or green tea? And so in English, though, I mean, could you imagine?
I got hired as an actual waiter at this Chinese restaurant in order to see what Chinese customers would think about a white waiter who actually spoke fluent Mandarin.
That's fun.
And yes, I did know the entire menu in Chinese.
藕片、魔芋丝、西兰花、年糕。
Oh, like you can actually speak.
Definitely check out Mala Project if you're in the mood for some of NYC's best Chinese food. And we'll get back to the video in just a second, but first thanks to Migaku for sponsoring it. I used to watch a ton of Chinese TV back when I was first learning Mandarin, and Migaku is the tool I wish I had back then. So back when I was first learning Chinese, I have to pause the show, frantically look up words in the dictionary, try to figure out the characters and the tones, and by the time I got back to the show, I have lost the plot completely. But Migaku is an absolutely insane Chrome extension that turns your web browser into a language learning video watching superpower. Across YouTube and Netflix and other video sites, Migaku lets you instantly translate words and phrases, get AI-powered in-depth grammar explanations, and get personalized flashcards built from.
This is not bad, actually. I'll have to reach out to the sponsor, see if they want to sponsor me, because the app looks legit.
You're watching. You can even create flashcards directly from the Migaku mobile app for YouTube, so you don't even need a laptop. Speaking of the app, my other favorite feature is OCR, which lets you scan any physical material like books and instantly create learning materials from them. But beyond the extension,
Right, but you can do that with any AI.
Migaku also offers meticulously crafted Chinese courses that can take you from the very basics, like pinyin and essential vocabulary, all the way to complex grammar. And the beginner course alone is designed to teach you 80% of the most common Chinese words and grammar patterns.
Cool.
So if you're learning Chinese or one of almost a dozen languages, check out my link in the description to get started with Migaku for as little as $10 a month, or get 50% off a lifetime subscription, and any subscription includes
Click this link in the description, guys.
all languages. Now back to the video, let's go.
Hi, how are you guys?
Grandma could be into him, maybe.
Good, thanks. Good. Hi, how is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Hi there, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Amazing, thank you. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good. How's everyone doing tonight?
You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. He looks good, all dressed up, and I think he lost weight. So I have to give it to him.
Amazing. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Mala Project before?
No, it's first time.
First time. Amazing. First time. Just water. Yeah. Just water. Have you been to?
I'm surprised he didn't jump onto the grandma speaking Mandarin to the other because, of course. But I think they're cooking there. He's cooking. Let him cook.
Mala Project before? Never. Okay, so we are a Szechuan-style dry pot restaurant, and we do also have a nice variety of noodles and rice, starters, dim sum. It is also happy hour. Any questions about the menu?
Well, first and foremost, this sounds good. I would probably enjoy this restaurant. Second, I love how he goes into, when he's explaining the things, he's saying the Chinese words the American way. Because, of course, now he's tactical. I'll give him that. Because if now he had pronounced just the Chinese words the correct way, people might have already been, but he wants to shock them. I like that.
I think we're ready. Do you have any recommendations?
I love the husband-wife lung slices. One of my favorite things in the menu, the husband and wife lung slices.
Okay.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's not actually lung.
Can I have the husband-wife lung slices?
Husband-wife lung slices.
Can I have a 1,000-year egg?
1,000-year egg, okay.
1,000-year egg.
Those are delicious, very refreshing, very umami. What would you like?
I love how the Japanese word umami basically has gone through the same linguistic connection as the word tsunami. If you think about it, everyone knows what a tsunami is, even though it's Japanese, and everyone knows what the umami means, I guess, at this point.
Steamed or pan fried?
The dry pot.
Dry pot, okay.
Medium spicy.
Medium spice.
Medium for
Dry
me
pot.
too.
Okay. 酱香小辣、中辣还是特辣？
因为我们要点麻辣香锅嘛。
酱香小辣、中辣还是特辣？
Oh.
小辣 ，OK。hot tea，
妈，你要吃红茶还是什么茶？
红茶还是绿茶？
红茶。
Because they were speaking. Oh my god, that grammar. Oh my gosh, the grammar is priceless. I freaking love it. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to check out my Patreon page. With as little as a $5 support, you can help us ensure that we can continue to produce high quality and high researched content. And at the same time, you get access to polls, extra videos, unlisted streams, and much more. Thank you so much.
红茶。
红茶，红茶，对。
还行吧。几位有忌口吗？
好嘞。
几位有忌口吗？
忌口？
忌口？
没有。
没有。OK。
你的中文这么好。
还行吧。Hello.
I think her brain took a few seconds to realize, oh, he is actually speaking Mandarin. I think there was like a cognitive dissonance, I think it's called. I always forget this expression, even though I like it. That's why I try using it.
你好。
中文这么好。
还行吧。你知道我是谁吗？
不知道。
我是一个服务员。Any questions？
我会英文。
菜单里面有什么问题吗？还是？
我点菜。
OK， 点菜。
You know, this should be a thing in restaurants like this, and well, I was gonna say and in Italian restaurants, but I mean, why not? They should make it a thing where you get paid really well if you're a waiter who is either bilingual or just fluent, because it would kind of open up opportunity. Not only I think the restaurant benefits from it, because I mean the clients are freaking, the customers are freaking loving it. They love it if maybe the grandma feels more comfortable, the mum felt more like, oh wow, it's funny, it's entertaining, and entertainment is not a small aspect of going to a restaurant for a successful experience. And that way we can open up, you know, job positions for waiters, or maybe for students that went through the language route. If you pay them really well, they might consider it. I think it's great. To be honest, of course I speak Japanese, and when I was in Japan, on weekends, I used to work for an Italian restaurant. They hired me precisely because I could speak Japanese, but I was Italian, so I kind of made the whole restaurant look more real, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I love it. Okay.
So we have sauce zhengdan, we have the guihua no miliano, and we have the bai fan and zimi.
All the tones are right.
Yeah, what do
So-
you have so far?
So we have the mala shangguo zhongla feinio and
Why do you speak Chinese?
What?
Why do you speak Mandarin?
You see, and they recognize it because the tones are right. So if he had said, he just read the name of the dish, but because the tones were right and he said it fluently, and of course it was correct, then immediately, oh, why do you speak Chinese? Why do you speak Mandarin?
I don't know.
Wait, can we speak Mandarin together?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Sure, go ahead.
Can we speak Mandarin to you?
Pronunciation is like Chinese. Yeah.
勾点餐就可以了。
好，那就天哪，我还在震惊之中。
大家准备好了吗？
我想点一个卤汁也可以，烧皮蛋，
烧焦皮蛋 ，Yep。
然后点心来一个。
Yeah, you might wanna temperature getting hot here, right, for the girl.
Okay. Roe filled fish，就是那个福州鱼丸对吧
福州鱼丸
？Okay, roe filled，对，这是鱼子鱼。
标准。
OK。福州鱼丸。对。
You know what's crazy? So, apart from the fact that I'm really enjoying this episode, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Fish，就是那个福州鱼丸对吧
It's one of those 10%.
对，这是鱼子鱼。
标准。
OK。福州鱼丸。对，给我来一个福州鱼丸。
You agree, yeah?
天哪，太
OK。
给那么多啊！
黄豆苗，黄豆芽。
黄豆芽。
那个 grandma
黄豆芽您吃吗？
不要那么多，吃不了那么多。Pork belly too.
Pork belly.
肥牛。好impressive.
He's really good at being very nonchalant. You know, it's a craft that he has learned over the years. This isn't just a matter of the linguistic ability, that's part of it, but another thing that I need to give him credit for is that he's good at pretending like it's normal. Like every waiter in the US, of course, is fluent in Mandarin, clearly, and like, what do you mean? And I love that attitude. Now, it's not easy to keep. So as they laugh, of course he laughs as well because laughter is contagious. But he's really good at that beginning part where he says it like, oh yeah, of course. You just say something and 那我就达到你想说为止. Like it's normal and it's it's great.
没有不敢当。
Oh, like you can actually speak.
也没错。对。
That's really good.
你哪学中文？
我在这个餐厅里面待久了，就中文讲的
不可能，
讲的还行。
不可能，你肯定学的是中文。
没有，开玩笑，我在北京待过。
哦，
对 ，Really?
Wow.
太好了。
We got a Beijinger. Let's see if we can tell. Let's see if he got a show off that our rhotic pronunciation of Chinese. Come on, let's do it.
你待的哪个地方？
北京元大武道。Really? Wow. 太好了。
你待的哪个地方？
北京元大武道好，武道好院。对
literally 人民大学。
人民大学哦，我在。
Okay, so he only said what place were you because he used the word 地方, but 地方 doesn't have for place, doesn't have 儿化. And then he also said, what did he say?
literally 人民大学。
They're the university, the People's University, in fact, 人民大学。
人民大学哦，我再列表一下，你们都点了哪些？皮蛋、烤鸭卷、酸辣粉、童子鸡、魔芋丝。Yeah. OK。点多了可以带走。
That's very funny.
Yeah. 肥牛。牛舌。
Oh, you can keep that. I don't like. No, beef tongue. You can keep it.
雪花牛。
雪花牛。
牛百叶。
雪花牛。牛百叶。牛排。那个西冷吗？
新的牛排。
西冷。嗯哼。好吃。
你在中国待过吗？
对。
比我们还好啊。我们那么垃圾啊。
多了吃不掉。
没关系，多点我请客。
哦。
I did notice this, by the way, not that I'm at his level in any way, shape, or form, but every time that I've tried using Chinese, and with Chinese people, whether it be at a restaurant, whether it be at a Chinese shop, right? They really change, guys. You must have noticed that. But they go from completely uninterested and it's minding their own business, whoever is in there, because the Chinese tend to be like that. There are people that they're very inward, if you will. They don't want any trouble, don't want to cause any trouble to you. They just mind their own business. But the split second you start speaking Mandarin to them, they do this. They start smiling. They started they're getting into you. They ask questions. They get a little nosy in a good sense because I mean, again, I'm a Southern Italian. We are the nosy, the nosiest. Is that even an expression? We will be all over your private matters, anyways, in the South. Like if you go to the south of Italy and you go to a cafe and you start having a conversation with the barista, the next day he's gonna ask anything about your cousin. Like, so did your cousin get married? Why not? Why did she leave him? Did you cheat on him? They will say it loud. It's not like anybody cares. It's just how it is. That's how the South. They will be all over you, your family, your things. Then they will start giving you things for free. That's the South of Italy. Maybe not the most professional environment in certain aspects, but I don't know, I love it. That's where I'm from.
他请客。
麻辣香锅小辣肥牛、牛蹄筋、牛舌、雪花牛、牛梨百叶、藕片、魔芋丝、西兰花、年糕、鸡香菇、咸杨树。
Did you write in Chinese as well?
拼音。我拼音的话比较快。
For those who don't know, so she asked him if he was writing down the order in Hanzi. That's what she meant. But she asked him if it was written in Chinese. She wanted to know if he was actually writing very quickly with the Chinese characters. But he responded, no, pinyin. Pinyin is the transliteration, for those who don't know. It means one of the systems that uses our alphabet to transliterate the Chinese characters or the sounds into our letters. It's a lot faster for us. For them, not necessarily, because you see, while the Chinese characters look and are more complicated to write as opposed to our letters, but a Chinese character is a full word. So you can't compare the complexity of a single character to a letter in our alphabet because it wouldn't match. So by the time you're done with a character, you would have needed a certain number of letters in our alphabet.
The menus, all right.
Menu, thank you.
我家就住在人民大学。
是吗？
对，I grew up there for 20 years.
Really? 我当时有一个很好的朋友在，好像是在， 也不是人民大学，是那个北京语言大学对面的那个地理大学。
哦，
对，地质大学。对，
在学院路那个。
对，就是直接对面。对。
Man, she's swearing. Let's go. Here's another thing that I like that he does. And that's one thing that I want to suggest to you if you are learning a second language, you already got to a place where you can speak it. Like you're relative, maybe not fluent, but you can have a conversation. Maybe you're almost fluent. One thing that I noticed that avoids awkward scenarios is what he did now. He did it well. So they were using Chinese. Then at one point, this guy switched back to English. And he acknowledged that in English before continuing to speak Chinese. This is important because sometimes what happens is that if someone like is speaking to me, let's say that I'm speaking in Japanese, which I'm more fluent in, all right? So I'm speaking Japanese to someone, and then this person starts speaking, we are having a conversation in Japanese, but then they switch back to English or Italian, whichever. If I continue, ignore that completely, and continue to speak Japanese, it's a little rude, in my opinion at least, because it makes it feel a bit like, oh, I don't care, I want to practice Japanese, so I don't care if you're speaking my language or another common language. And in my experience, I always try to speak Japanese, and sometimes I do it with Mandarin too, but if they do start using English, if they do speak English, or even Italian, if that's the case, I do entertain it for a little bit. I think it's a good way to be like, you get your chance as well, because maybe you wanted to speak a little English, maybe you wanted to speak a little Italian, and it's fine to not make it all about me. Now, it's not always the case, because oftentimes either they don't speak any other language, which is, of course, the perfect environment for practice for language learners, or other times they're not very confident with their Italian/English, and so they prefer to actually, since this guy speaks Japanese or this guy speaks Mandarin, great, I will use that. But if they do say something in Italian, I'll acknowledge it. I will say, parli italiano, bravo. Like, I will say something in Italian, at least a little bit.
不敢当小马
Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, likewise. All right, I will be back with food. And one more Diet Coke. 2 more Diet Cokes, right?
Two.
Oh, marble beef. Yeah. Did they just say great service? Oh my god. I'm so hungry. Diet Coke, yeah. Diet Coke 中文怎么说？
建议可乐。
建议可乐。
建议可乐. Actually, that's good for me as well, because he asked the guys how to say Diet Coke in Mandarin. 建议可乐. 建议可乐.
Okay, 谢谢。建议可乐. I forgot how to say Diet Coke in Chinese.
建议可乐.
湘西炒饭 and 烧焦。我的中。还行吧，对。
写中文。
我会写字，对。我会写，但是我写的不好，很难看。对，烧焦皮蛋。巨大。
He's having a good time.
Wow.
How is everything tasting? Good?
Good.
好吃吗？
美味可口。
美味可口，太好了。
美味, it's a nice way to say delicious. I like it, because 好吃 is what you usually learn.
又好吃又便宜。
Cool.
好吃吗？超好吃。Great. 麻辣鸡翅 and 麻辣薯条。
Man, this place looks good.
OK。哎，只有一个白饭吗？
哪个
2个。对，等我一下。我们可以做一个白米饭吗
Communicating with the kitchen.
我就是啊。对，你以为？
我也这么好。你是白饭吗？
我白饭啊，对。Am I serving okay?
I think you're doing so great
Yeah.
that like I literally want to hire you.
Yeah, I knew exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Pay him right. To be honest, though, like, that's the problem when you get to this level. We need someone who is almost as good as him, but doesn't have the kind of, because at this point, this guy made over $100,000 with this video in AdSense alone. What the heck are you going to pay him to not do this and come work for you as a waiter? That's the problem with content creation. When you get to a certain height, I guess, popularity, particularly with both people and the algorithm, let's not forget the blind monster machine that we all need to figure out a way to freaking. So yeah, that's that. Oh gosh, that's funny.
That's my plan B if this YouTube stuff fails.
You see, if the YouTube stuff fails, that's exactly what he's saying. Why? Because right now, Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
哎，别客气了，别，哎，你认识我？我被认出来了，你是第一个，今天第一个认识我了。谢谢，谢谢你们。大网红啊，很有大网红。
Okay, good video. Good video. Really enjoyed it. That was fun.